Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as I told you, today we are going to learn how to hack the password of our Linux machine. So, suppose you forget the password of your Linux machine, how you are going to deal with that? Okay? Suppose you have created the root password and somehow you forget your password. How will you log into your system then? What you will do? So you can also say we will learn how to reset the password once you forget your password or how to bypass the password section. Okay, so let's start. So as you can see, this is my Linux machine. I am going to start it. And you can see this machine. So here I suppose that I don't know the password. Okay, although I know the password, but let us suppose that I forget the password and I don't remember anything. So how will I log into this system once I forget the password? So I will show you. Let's wait for the login section. Now you can see this is my login section and I don't remember the password. I don't know anything. So in this case, what you have to do? You have to reboot the system or you have to shut down the system and start it again. Okay. So I shut down the system and start it again. And now remember, the main things going to happen right now. So right now you have to press arrow key, downside arrow key. Okay. When the system is about to start, you have to start pressing the downside arrow key. And when you start pressing downside arrow key, you will see this Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server, this section. And here you have to press E for edit. Okay. So here I press E. So you will get three lines. Now you have to go to the line kernel, the second line. Okay. Kernel line. And you have to press E again. E for again edit. And here you have to press space and after space press 1. You can see. So you can see the last word quit and after that space 1. So this one is a stand for single user mode. Later in later classes, I will tell you what is single user mode. Okay. So just press enter now and then press B. B stand for boot. And let's see what happened. This machine will take us to single user mode and we will automatically get a login cell from where we can easily change the password. Oh, now you can see guys, I am already logged in now without any password. You can see,
Yes.
you can see the hash symbol, okay? And here you can run the command like suppose pass wd. So this command is used to change the password. So I am going to change the password of root user. So I will just type pass wd space root. And now you can see it's asking the new password directly, right? It asking you new Unix password. It means it's not asking your previous password. It's not asking your old password. Okay. Now you can give it any password. So I am going to give the password as red hat. Again, red hat, and press enter, and you can see all authentication tokens updated successfully. It means what we want to do has been done successfully. It means we have successfully changed the password of root user, and now the password is not 123456. Instead of 123456, the password is red hat. After changing the password, you just type reboot here. Reboot command is used to restart or reboot the system. So just type reboot and the system will be reboot. And next time when you log into this system, your password will be this password which I have changed. It means it will be red hat. Let's see. So if you have watched it successfully, you will also be able to do that. So you can try right now on your system. You can keep trying in your system, so that if you find any difficulty we can discuss it, or if it's necessary I will repeat it.
Yeah, I think you have to repeat it one more time because
Okay.
yeah.
Satish.
Yeah,
Okay, you say that we have to use to log out or shut down.
shut down or reboot.
Okay.
Okay, now you can see here I am going to log in root, and the new password is now red hat, REDHAT, and that's all. I am logging to my system. Okay, now if you forget it again, suppose you forget it, I am going to repeat it for you. Okay, guys, watch carefully. I am going
Okay,
to
go ahead.
repeat it. Okay, so just reboot the system or shut down the system. Okay,
Okay.
and remember, when the system will boot again, you have to press your downside arrow key just when your system is about to start. You have only 5 seconds. Okay, see, system is getting shut down. Now system is going to start. Okay, starting. So just press here arrow key, downside arrow key, and when I press downside arrow key, I will see this line. Then press E for edit this line. Now it will give you three options. Which line you want to edit? So actually we are going to edit the Linux kernel. So you have to go to the kernel line, the second line, and press here E again. So I am going to edit this kernel line. So press E and then space and then 1 and then enter and then B for boot. Okay, that's all.
Did you type B or you just press B?
Yeah, just press B.
Okay.
Okay, so what B command is used here to boot the system. Okay, you have to just press the B key there at that time.
Okay. Satish.
Yeah,
Okay, if we work somewhere and then the operating system is Red Hat 7 or 8, is that the same
yeah,
method?
little different, little different. Okay,
Okay, Satish. Satish.
yeah,
Yes, it's Patrick. Okay, when I went press the I tapped the reboot when the system was coming up, I pressed the arrow down,
yeah,
and when I came back to the main screen, I just have Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server.
yeah. Then press E for edit. Then you
Press
see
the,
the three line.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now see kernel. Okay.
Now go to kernel and press E again. Go to kernel line and press E again, and then press a space key and then 1.
And enter.
Yes, and enter. After 1, enter. And then B.
It takes me back again to kernel.
Yes, and press B here. B for boot.
I'm not getting it. I don't know what's going on. Can I share my screen right quick?
Yeah, you can. Anyone, if you want to share your screen, you can share your screen. I am going to stop sharing my screen.
Okay, I got, yeah. Big go first, then I'm going to show mine too. I have an error here, memory for crash kernel.
Okay, Vic, share your screen. I am waiting for your screen.
Yeah, see the same thing.
Yeah, yes. After 1, don't type B here. Delete this B key. Yes, and then press enter. Now press B. Yes, that's all. And wait. Wait. It will take you to single user mode. It will automatically log in. You will automatically get a login cell, and from where you can change your password using passwd command.
Okay, I'm here on the single user mode.
Yeah. And you know the command to change the password? Passwd space the name of the user, and your username is root. You can see here. Now you get the single user mode. So just type passwd space root. That's all. Press enter, and it's asking for new password. It's not asking your previous password. Okay. Just type any password, any new password you want. Repeat it.
Yeah, I got it.
Repeat it. It's not matching. Yes. And now it's done successfully. You can see updated successfully. It means now you can reboot your system. So just type here reboot. And that's all. Your password has been changed. Okay.
Now let me ask you, when I'm typing the new password, I'm sorry, password does not match.
Yeah. So because you have typed mismatch your password, that was your typing mistake. Patrick, you have any problem?
Yeah, hold on one moment.
You can share your screen too.
Okay, let me show you the screen here.
Yeah, share your screen.
Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Let me use my.
Anyone have any problem? You can share your screen, and we can solve the problem right now.
Okay, let me show you here. I'm keep getting the password mismatch. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yeah. Now I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes, it's asking for new password. Just type 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Type it.
See what I did? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Enter.
Yeah. Wait. Enter has not yet working. Your mouse is inside. Make it little large. Make it full screen.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hold on. Probably it's not inside.
Your mouse is not inside, I think. First, make it full screen. It will automatically get inside. Maximize it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now type.
No, it's not inside. What happened here?
Yeah, just type.
Okay.
Now retype.
That's what I'm getting. Why I'm getting that.
Okay, just wait. Now just type pass wd space root. Actually, it was mismatching. Just press enter. Now type 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Be careful, okay? Just type so that. Now type it again. You can see token
Okay.
updated successfully. Okay, now reboot the system. Okay, during password typing your password, you have to be careful because if you mistype anything, okay, and if password did not match, it will not take accept it.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I share my?
that's all. That's all. Anyone
Can
more?
I? Yes, I would like to share my, please.
Yeah, okay. Who want to share his screen?
Uh,
Alex.
Alex. Okay, I am right here.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, it's good. Give it one. Enter. Press enter. Go ahead. Then press B. That's all.
B.
Yeah, B, B.
Okay.
That's all. There's no issue at all. I hope now you guys, all you guys can bypass, how the system password can be bypassed, okay? And time to time, I will send you update about another operating system password bypass method, okay? This type of bypass method. But today we will learn how to, our focus is how to secure so that no one can use this method to hack your system, right?
Yes.
So you can say that this is a kind of vulnerability in your operating system, in your any Linux operating system. So the people who say that Linux is already safe, it's not true. No operating system is by default safe. You have to configure it, you have to secure it manually. You can see your tokens updated successfully. Now you can reboot your system, okay? And that's all. You can log in with your new password. Okay, guys? So, can I share my screen now?
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me stop sharing.
If you guys have no any problem, no any another problem, if you have any problem, you can still ask me.
Okay.
Otherwise, I will shift to
How
new
to stop
section
that?
and so we are moving to new section and that is known as password security. It means how to protect our system from this kind of hack, okay? So that nobody can hack our system. So you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Yes.
So first of all, let me reboot the system and log into my original system. So this security is also known as grub security and this is also known as bootloader password. Okay, the password we are going to provide is also known as bootloader password. So you can give it a heading as a grub security or bootloader password. So how to provide a bootloader password or grub security? This class will be all about that. now I am going to log into my system as a root. Okay. Now you have to go to a file, grub file. So the grub file is this one. I am using Vim editor to edit this file, and the path of this file is etc grub.conf. Okay.
Yeah.
And as you know, Vim is a editor, file editor. You can use Vim as a to edit a file. Okay, so go to this file etc grub.conf, and inside this file you have to go inside just below hidden menu. You can see the hidden menu.
Mm-hmm.
Go to insert mode and just below hidden menu type password, and you can type here your grub password now. So you can type anything, the password, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay. So actually this is my grub password 1 to 10. Okay. So what does this mean? Grub password is different from your user password. Okay. This is another password. So what this will do, you can see the effect of grub password right now. So I have provided grub password, and now I am going to save this password, save this file. After giving the grub password, what will happen if someone try to hack your system password? Let's try to hack the password again, okay, and see the effect. See, I am going to hack the password. So when you press E here, it will not work now. You will not be able to edit your grub. From here, you will not be able to edit your Linux machine. So why I am not able to edit this line? Why it's not working when I type E here? Because this has been locked now by a password, and the password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. You know that? So now what? Now what you can do? See, the person who know the grub password, you know the grub password,
Yes.
which I have typed during this security just before. So the person who know the grub password only able to edit the kernel now. Okay. And how can he edit? Here you have to type P, not E now. Okay. Here, first of all, you have to type P now. So just type P, press P. When you press P, it's asked for password. You can see password here.
Yes.
So it's asking for password. So which password you have to give? You have to give here the grub password. Okay. Actually, it is asking for grub password. So grub password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay. And then press enter. And now you will be able to edit this line. You can see now edit option is open. Now you press E, and now you can go. Now you can go here. Okay, you can do anything like B. Okay. Okay. So you can do anything here. 1 2, and then press B, and then all your system is again bypass. But this time the person who know the grub password only can change your password. Okay. So suppose you are a system admin or security specialist in your company, and you have assigned the grub password and root password both, and by mistake you forget the root password, then still, and if you remember your grub password, then still you will be able to log into your system by bypassing the root password. But you must remember your grub password. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't remember your grub password, you will not be able to log into your system. You guys can try after applying the grub password. you will not be allowed to edit your Linux kernel unless you type the correct grub password. Okay, you can see here what I have to do. I have to here when I come here, I press E. It will not work. It will not allow me to edit. What I have to do that I have to press P here. So when I type P here, then it will ask me the password. And if I type the correct password, right password, then only I will be allowed to log into the system. Log
You're right.
into the system. Yes.
Yeah, that's for the password.
Okay.
I don't know what
Now
I
you can
did. I pressed E, but it didn't work for me. I don't know what is.
Yeah, it will not work
what
you
is
for
the
you. Let you share me a screen. I will show you what you are doing. Okay. Share
Okay.
your screen.
1 second.
Reboot your system. Okay. You have applied the grub password.
No, I typed E. It didn't do nothing, and it just restarted. So it's
First
like
login.
it brought me back to the login.
Type the password.
Now,
Yeah,
if
good.
I reboot,
Yeah. First, show me the grub password. What is your? You have applied the grub security. Go to Vim etc grub.com. etc grub.conf. Grub.conf.
here I
Yes,
put the
your grub, yeah,
password
your
there.
grub password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Good. Come out of this file using escape key WQ. Yeah. Reboot the system. Type reboot.
Satish,
Yes. Arrow.
is
Press
that
arrow key. Yeah. Now if you try to E here, you press E, it will not work. It's working. If you
I
press
pressed that.
E,
I'm not seeing pass. Oh, it's not
yeah,
working. Yeah, it's not working.
yeah. So what you have to
Oh,
do, you
okay. I
have to
was supposed to
press
press
P
P, right?
You are.
here. Right.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's not
Press
working.
P,
All right. So P.
and it's asking for the password. And here you have to type the grub password now. You have typed the wrong password. Press P again. Yes, and type the correct password 1 2 3 4 5 6. No,
Oh, that's what I'm
it's,
typing.
no. It's not. It's check your caps lock or something else. Press enter again. Press P again. Be careful while typing the password. Don't be in hurry. No, it's not matching. It's showing password failed. Something wrong.
Okay, let me do it again.
Password did not match. It will not check it. No. Guys, anyone else?
When you
Eh,
when you write
Anyone else?
the password, when we type password,
Yeah.
did you put a space before
No,
writing the
no.
password? Oh, because I added a space.
Where you have added this?
So maybe
Yeah.
if I do P, maybe space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No.
No. Your password is 1234566. I have seen that.
Okay, but why is it not let me?
Maybe your password. I have to check your password file again. Why it's not taking? Is it caps lock or num lock? Anything on or off?
Oh, okay. Now it's taking. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
your num lock.
I have a keyboard attached to my
Right.
laptop. So it's like something is happening. When I press a button here, the other one get deactivated. So I just unplugged it. But the thing is, I won't be able to use my mouse. But that's fine. It's all right.
Now you can edit.
Okay. So now I can E,
Yeah. Yes.
and
Now you
then
can come to kernel line. Press E
press
again. E again.
okay.
Space 1.
Space 1.
Enter.
Space B. Oh, enter.
No. Enter. And then B. B to boot. That's all.
Okay, Satish.
Yeah. Anyone have any problem?
Yeah, can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can.
This is here.
Okay, let me stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from here,
Oh, you are not seeing. Are you seeing me here?
Yeah. Just go
Yeah,
below
alright.
hidden. Just go below hidden menu. You can see the hidden menu
where?
in this line.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't see the
Oh
hidden
yeah,
menu.
just what? Which the arrow down or enter?
Yeah. Use
I'm
your
sorry.
arrow key. Downside arrow key.
You, downside
Okay.
arrow.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm here because I think I was not.
You know, I told you how to insert anything inside this file. You have to use I to go to insert. Oh, no. What to do?
No.
Yeah, press I. Just press I, man. Don't worry. Just press I.
Okay, I'm right here. Okay, right here.
Yeah. Press
Then
I.
I.
Yeah. To go to insert mode. Yes. Right now we are in inside mode. Now go to just below hidden menu. Use side arrow key. Right side arrow key. Press right side arrow key.
Okay.
Yes. Keep pressing. Yeah. And now press enter. Now type password.
WD. I'll just do the whole password.
Yeah. Just type password. PASSWORD. Space. The password you want to assign.
Okay. Okay.
It should be different than your root password. Okay.
Okay. Enter.
Now, yeah. No enter. Just save it. You know how to save it? I have already told you how to use Vim Editor. How to do it? Just press escape key.
Oh, escape. Okay.
Escape key, then shift colon. Shift colon together.
Oh, shift and escape.
No, shift and colon.
Shift and colon.
Column.
You don't know how to save a file. First, you have to practice this one. You know, Vim Editor. We have learned the class. We have already done a class on Vim Editor, Nano Editor, all this section. You don't know how to save the file?
Okay, I'll put
So
escape.
I told you WQ, shift colon, then WQ.
Okay. W.
The colon is just near your enter key. No. Double.
Oh, enter. Okay, that is the shift.
shift
colon.
colon.
It's
Shift
shift
et les deux
colon.
points. Les deux
The
points.
double dot. The deux points qui sont is right next to L.
Wow, I know. See what I did? Shift.
You are still in insert mode. If hit escape.
J'ai fait shift escape. Okay.
Hit escape one time and then do shift colon.
Shift colon. Press shift colon together. Okay.
Yeah, see what I did here.
No. You are making mistake now. You are...
Okay, shift escape.
Not shift escape. Shift colon.
Yeah, I did the shift column.
No, you didn't. Yes, right now it's okay. And WQ. Now WQ.
W quit.
Yeah, WQ. W to save and Q for quit. Yes, that's all. Press
Enter.
enter. Yeah. That's what. Now it's done. You have password protected your system. Now you can reboot and test. Anyone have any problem?
No, I mean so far I'm fine now.
Don't worry. In the starting, maybe you feel some difficulties, but don't worry. I will make it easy for you.
So what happens if you forget your grub password? So you can hack it, right? I mean, you can.
See, if you forget your root password and grub password, both password, then you have to use another method of hacking, and that is known as live CDs. You know, live OS. You know, live OS.
Yes.
Have you heard about DSL Linux, Puppy Linux? These are a small kind of Linux. You have to use any live CD or live Linux, and using that live Linux, you can boot your system, and you have to go to etcgrub.conf file, and you can see the password there. Okay.
Okay. You need to boot from like a disk.
Yeah, a disk, live CD, or your pen drive, having some another operating system. There are so many live OS. You know, live OS means the operating system which required only RAM. It doesn't need any hard disk to boot. Here, type arrow key, arrow key. Just start pressing arrow key. Downside arrow key. Press. Oh no, you have not pressed downside arrow key. It's okay. So guys, anyone have any problem?
Satish, I have a question.
Yeah. Ask.
So if we, for us to change the grub countdown, so that will be on /etc grub.conf as well. And then
Yeah.
which command can we run to make a permanently?
WQ. Just save it and it is permanent.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Once you save that file has been saved, and when the file has been saved permanently.
Okay.
See, remember, anything or any changes made in a file in a Linux operating system or whether Windows operating system, that changes are permanent. If it is in file, okay? I am not telling about partition. I am telling about file.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. Your changes is perfect and it's working.
I have a
Vic,
question about how to save and quit from Vim. There is a method that you do. You end the WQ with exclamation mark. You said it's like write and
forcefully,
save forcefully.
forcefully.
What
Yeah.
in what case you use that one?
Sometimes you are not allowed, or it give you some warning, or sometimes you are stuck in a file while saving, and you are not able to come out of that file. In that case, you have to quit without saving, or you have to quit forcefully. In that section, you need forcefully, where you have get stuck due to some reasons. You have run so many bad commands inside the file. Okay, you have done so many
Okay.
mistakes, so your system giving you warning. Your system understand that, oh, by mistake you have made these mistakes. So
Okay.
your system start giving you warnings. Hey, you can't save this file. This file you have made so many mistakes here.
Okay.
Still you want to make some changes, and you told your operating system, hey, don't give me warning. I don't want to listen you. Just I want to come out of this file. Okay. At that time, you can
Okay.
give that exclamation marks.
Who's
Okay, hey,
sharing?
I don't.
Is that Satish or you? Oh, Patrick.
What?
Huh?
No, no, no. This is my screen.
I can't see your screen.
I don't see your screen.
If you see your face, it means you are able to see your screen.
Oh, okay, okay,
If
okay.
Yeah, if you can see all these three guys, it means you are watching my screen. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So I am just listening your question here right now,
Oh,
because I'm not going to start any new topic right now.
okay.
I'm just
So I have
going to
another question as well.
ask. I'm here.
So yesterday when we did the DD, the disk dumping,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So you said we are moving data from a hard drive to a file.
Right.
So are we making a copy of the data from the hard
No,
drive, or we are
no,
removing the data?
no. Actually, we are not moving, copying the data. Copy data is different thing. Copy means it follow a sequence, right? When you copy some data from somewhere, actually these things follow a sequence. Okay, but here we are going to dumping the disk dumping. I told you the topic is disk dumping. It means it's taking data randomly. It taking text data, image data, mixing it and dumping to that file. That's why you see only garbage data in that file. If you
So
check
why
your
I'm
file,
asking this is, I'm sorry to cut you off, is that means if you are removing data from the hard drive and moving it to a file, that means at some point we will start noticing a difference in the hard drive, in the contents, like the size of the hard drive, because it will be decreasing, on the
yeah,
hard
of
drive
course,
and incrementing in the file.
right, good. It will affect your file, because you are creating a file and the file has some size, and if the size, it will affect your hard disk.
Okay, how can we? Which command did you run for to show that size decreasing on from the hard drive?
df-8 df-8
Okay.
df-8, this command, let me show you. If
Yeah, but
oh no, I can't show you, my system is here.
yes.
Df space minus h, small h, you can type in your system. This command is used to check your hard disk size, your disk size, how much space is free, how much space has been used, what is the total size. Can you see?
Yes,
Satish,
as
can
we
you say
saw
the
it,
command again?
DF dash
df
H.
hyphen h. You can type df and then you can use space and then minus h or hyphen h, you can say. Are you able to run the command?
Yes, I did, but my other question is this. The disk SDA, we have a SDA 1 and
Yeah, this is the
SDA.
partition.
Mhm.
Yeah, SDA1 is your partition.
Okay, but when we was trying to create that file to run the DD, the disk dump, where we you know the if equals slash dev
Dev SDA.
slash SDA.
Yeah.
So
SDA is
we
the
are
name
not
of
going
your
to look
hard
at
disk.
SDA1. We're going to look at SDA, which is okay.
Yes.
In my system, is 16 gigabytes.
Remember. Let's see. Dev SDA is your hard disk, right? The
Mhm.
name of your hard disk is Dev SDA. And Dev SDA1, Dev SDA2, Dev SDA3, Dev SDA4, these are the partition of that hard disk. Okay?
Okay, okay.
You know the difference between hard disk and partition? Suppose you have a
Yeah.
1 TB hard disk and you have created 4 partition in that hard disk. So your 1 TB hard disk name is Dev SDA and your partition, the 4 partition name could be Dev SDA1, Dev SDA2, Dev SDA3 and Dev SDA4. And they might have different size, but it doesn't matter. You have to look for your hard disk name and you can check your hard disk using fdisk-l. If you want to see your hard disk name, you can use fdisk-l. Are you able to see? Just run the command on your system. And it will work for you.
It's a -L like Larry.
Yeah. You will see disk name is Dev SDA. And you will also be able to see the disk size, total disk size. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Okay. Any more question?
No.
Patrick, any more question you have?
No.
Alex, you?
But the f disk dash L only show how many partition you have on your hard
How
disk.
many, your disk name and how many partition you have?
Yeah, but the disk name is SDA, but the SDA1 and SDA2, that means
They
the
are
partition I
they are
have on
partition.
SDA. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So enjoy your sessions. We will meet at the same time tomorrow. Okay.
No. Tomorrow is a Saturday.
Tomorrow or Monday?
See, I have no problem. But if you want leave, we can leave tomorrow. So tomorrow you can enjoy.
Oh, you want to work? I'm fine with that.
It's up to you.
So I
I'm
am
fine,
fine with that.
So tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow we have class.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Bye.
I'll see
See you
you
guys.
tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a good night.